Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Technically Explained. In the previous lectures, we studied that operational amplifier is a high gain differential amplifier whose gain is around 10 raised to power 5 to 10 raised to power 6. So it reaches the saturation level very quickly, and to control the open loop gain of the operational amplifier, we need a feedback. We also said that the negative feedback is used to gain stability. So in amplifiers we use negative feedback. So the negative feedback is used in amplifiers where the positive feedback is used in oscillators. Now to use operational amplifier as a subtractor or operational amplifier as a differential amplifier, we have a circuit given over here. Now how this circuit behave as a subtractor or how this circuit behave as a differential amplifier, we will see in few minutes. Now to this circuit I am going to apply the superposition theorem. For superposition theorem, my V0 will be equal to, I can write over here that my V0 will be equal to VO2 plus VO1. Now what I am going to do that by applying superposition theorem, I am going to take one source at a time and the other source will be assumed as 0. So I am going to take this source and I am going to assume this source as 0. Then in the next step I am going to assume I am going to take this source and assume that this voltage source is 0, and then at the output we are going to have the sum of the two inputs. Now so first of all we are going to find the VO2. For VO2, the output voltage VO2, I am going to assume that V1 is equal to 0. So first of all I am going to take the effect of V2, and then after solving this I am going to take the effect of V1, and then the output will be my sum of the two effects, the sum of the two voltages. So first of all I am going to solve for the VO2. For that I am going to make the V1 is equal to 0. So I am going to take the eraser and going to ground the V1. So V1 is going to be 0 over here. So I am going to simply replace this V1 by 0 volt or by ground. Now when this is 0, because we do not have any other voltage source here, so this V plus potential will also be 0 or grounded. So we also have a ground over here because this will also be at 0 potential because we do not have any other source over here, which means that the current flowing to resistor, this resistor will be 0. So long story short, I am going to have a short circuit over here. So this two is going to be connected together. So I am going to connect these two together. So we are going to have a short over here because both are connected to ground. And again these two are also grounded. This is grounded and this is also grounded. So again the current flowing to the resistor R3 is also 0. So I can replace the resistor R3 also by ground. So I can replace all this by ground. So we have a ground over here. We simply have a ground over here. This V plus voltage is nothing but a ground. This is nothing but a 0 volt. So this is my ground. Now if we can have a look, this is actually the configuration of the inverting amplifier, and in inverting amplifier my output voltage will be equal to, in this case my output voltage is VO2. So in this case VO2 will be equal to minus the feedback resistor which is RF divided by the input resistor which is R2 and multiplied by the V2. So let me name is equation 1. So now we have found the effect of the second voltage V2, and now we are going to find the effect of the next voltage which is V1. So now we are also going to find the VO1, and for VO1 I am going to redraw the circuit. So I am going to quickly take the eraser and I am going to redraw the circuit. So let me redraw the circuit. We have a resistance over here and we had a resistance over here, and this was my V1, and here the resistance was R1 and this resistance was R3, and we have a V plus over here. Now for the VO1, to find the output voltage due to this input voltage, I am again going to ground the other output source, that is I am going to ground the V2. So in this case I am going to make V2 is equal to 0, which means that this V2 is going to be grounded. So I am going to take the eraser and I am going to ground this V2. So we are going to have a ground over here. So here we have a ground. So this is 0 volt. Let me name it as 0 volt or ground. So now we have a ground over here. Now what is my voltage V minus? To find the voltage V minus, I need to apply the superposition theorem. I need to apply the voltage divider rule. Now to apply the voltage divider rule, I am going to have V minus, what I am going to have over here. If you can have a look, V minus will be equal to R2 divided by R2 plus R4 into V naught. So we have V minus is equal to R2 divided by R2 plus R4 into V naught. Let me name is at equation 2. Now if the voltage at the negative terminal is this voltage, the voltage at the positive terminal will also be the same. But let us again apply the voltage divider rule and find the voltage at the positive terminal. If you can have a look, the voltage at the positive terminal will be equal to, we are going to have the voltage at the positive terminal equal to, and we are going to apply the voltage divider rule. So this will be equal to R3 divided by R1 plus R3 into V1. So V plus is going to be equal to R3 divided by R1 plus R3 into V1. So this is going to be my equation number 3. This is V1. Now because using the concept of virtual short, this V plus and this V minus will be of equal voltage. So using the concept of virtual short, we have V plus is equal to V minus, which means that this voltage, equation 2 and 3 will be equal. So I am going to simply write the equation 2 and 3 over here. So this will be equal to R3 divided by R1 plus R3 into V1, and this will be equal to, remember this is my voltage V01. Why? Because when I have assumed the V2 is equal to 0, so I am going to have the output voltage V01. Similarly, when I assume the V1 is equal to 0, I have the output voltage VO2. So this is my voltage VO1. So I'm going to write VO1 over here. So now we are going to have V minus, which is R2 divided by R2 plus R4 into VO1. Now I'm going to solve this. When I'm going to solve this, I need to find the value of VO1 in terms of V1. So which means that VO1 will be equal to R2 plus R4 into R2. So this will be moved towards here, and then we are going to have this term, which is R3 divided by R1 plus R3 into V1. So let me name is, for example, equation B. So now we have VO1 find out, and we also have VO2 find out, which is minus R4 divided by R2 VO2. So now I am going to place it in, for example, equation A, which is V0 is the sum of these two voltages. So I am going to just simply write both these voltage over here. So I can write that V0 is equal to R2 plus R4 divided by R2 into R3 divided by R1 plus R3. This is multiplication V1, and so this is my VO1, and the VO2 was this thing, which was minus R4 divided by R2 into V2. So this will be minus R4 divided by R2 into VT. So let me name it as equation C. So this is the equation for the voltage subtraction. So now we can say that this circuit is acting as a differential amplifier. This circuit is acting as a subtractor. Now if you want to subtract V1, if you want to subtract the two voltages, we can do an assumption, and that assumption is that we are going to assume that R2 is equal to R4. So if R2 is equal to R4 and R1 is equal to R3, we are going to have V0 is equal to, so R2 is equal to R4. So in place of R2 I can write R2, or in place of R4 I can write R2. So in place of R4 I have written R2. Similarly, in place of R3 I can write R1. So this will be R1 plus R1 minus, and this will be R4 is equal to R2, so this will be minus V2, because 1 and 1 will be cancelled out, the R2 and R2 will be cancelled out, which means that I have V0 is equal to 2R2 divided by R2 into R1 divided by 2R1 minus V2. So this R2 and R2 will be cancelled out, and this R1 and R1 will be cancelled out, and 2 divided by 2 is V1. We have a V1 also over here. We have a V1 over here. So this will going to be, because 2 and 2 will also be cancelled out, so we are going to have V0 is equal to V1 minus V2. So this is my final equation. So thus this circuit has been used as a subtractor. So to use operational amplifier as a subtractor or operational amplifier as a differential amplifier, we need to use this circuit. So this circuit behaves as a differential amplifier or as a subtractor. Thank you.